So today we're going to connect Microsoft SQL Server, TypeScript database, TypeScript as backend, and the Microsoft SQL Server. So I'm going to be showing you how to connect Microsoft SQL Server with TypeScript backend. So I have set up a simple server that is running on port 9000. So right here is the server running on port 9000. Okay, so let's take a brief look at the configuration files that is going to be needed, or the necessary configurations that we're going to be putting in place in order to work with my MSSQL TypeScript. So right here is a brief settings or configurations, which includes user, password, server, and the database. So the database means that is the database we are connected to, and this is the server we are using to connect to the database, and alongside with the username and the password. Okay, so that's that. And let's take a look at the which is the configuration file for the database. So right here I have written uh, the, the pattern at which SQLize. So I am using SQLize. Using SQLize to connect MSSQL. So right here is the SQLize pattern, which is images of export to call the new SQLize and use the database, the username, and the password. Then right here I have in the options, which is the dialect options, which is the options that SQLize request. So right here I have the server, then I have the dialect, which is what MSSQL. So those who are using MySQL, what you are going to have in your dialect is MySQL. For example, like this, MySQL. But because I am using Microsoft, so I have MSSQL. So that shows that okay, I'm connecting my backend to the Microsoft SQL Server. So and here we are running on port 1433 for the database, port 1433. So I'm going to ensure that we trust the server certificate and make sure we have encryption false. Then this is a template a tutorial connection, a tutorial video on how to connect MSSQL backend. So for now I'm still going to have the encryption as false. Okay. So now let me show you what the MSSQL Server Studio looks like. So for those who have it installed already on their phone, on their laptop, sorry. So for those who have it installed on their laptop, and if you do not have it installed, let me show you what the package files look like. So you can go online there and get yours. So right here, so this is the SQL package, the installer package, and this is the Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio package. So have these two installed, then you are going to have something like this. Then you're going to have this. So right now I'm going to be connecting the database. But before we do that, so right here I have the default information set up on the SQL Server. So right here, like I said earlier, I'm going to be making use of students. So let's connect to student. Okay, establishing the server. So I see that. Okay, so let's connect with other one. Okay, okay. In the case of the window authentication. So this is a default connection. Windows authentication is a default connection that can help us to connect to the server, to the database quickly. So right here, we are connected to the database. So right here I have a database. So I'm going to create a template database that I'm going to be working with. Right here, I'm going to create new database. So on database, I'm going to, like I said earlier, we are working with students. So right here, students. Okay, so the database is created properly. So right here, I'm going to create the login information that we are going to be using to connect to our database. So right here, I have the SA, which is a system admin. And right here, I have my own login information. So I'm going to be creating another login information for the students so that you're going to learn how to connect to the database by creating your own unique login for your database. So right here, I'm going to click on new login. So login, and I'm going to be selecting SQL Server authentication. I'm not going to work with the Windows authentications. So I have to select this SQL Server authentication whereby I'm going to input the login name and the password appropriately that I'm going to use to connect to the database. So right here I have the, I'm going to name it as student. And for the password, I'm going to do something secure right there. Okay. So I'm going to click on the user must change password at next login. I'm going to opt on click that and check that. And for the enforced password expiration, I'm going to uncheck that as well. So, and then I'm going to check some other settings in order to ensure that the password and the login information is going to grant us access in order to connect to the database successfully. So right here I have the server roles and I'm going to check the system admin. So checking the system admin, I'm going to check on the user mapping. So right here I'm going to check on the database I just created. So I'm right here on the security. Okay, I have nothing to do here, and on this one, nothing to do here. Okay, so that's fine. So let's close that up. So the login has been created successfully. Right here, you can see the students login. So, and then there's something I want to put in place first. So I'm going to go to the properties. Right in the property, I'm going to show you something real quick. So you see right here, I have a Windows authentication mode and the SQL Server and the Windows authentication mode. So I'm going to move this now and try to connect to the database. Of course, I'm trying to show you this so that for those who newly install the Microsoft Server SQL Management Studio and may encounter this uh, error while connecting. So this is the error that I encounter while trying to connect. So right here, I'm going to the model. I'm going to import the SQL, the SQLize that I just created. So I'm going to go to SQLize so that I'm going to use that one to connect to the database. So um, okay. So I'm importing that from the configuration file and it's in the database, in the DB. So right here, so I'm going to be doing that, then I'm going to like export connect DB. So right here, I'm going to initialize an asynchronous. So right here, wait. initialize it. So, but then it's gonna let me know if it has been completed. Any connection to the database, to the connection to access database successful. Connection to MSSQL database successful. To connect to the so right here, this is gonna let you know if I'm connected successfully. Before that, I'm gonna do something quick. I have to run this up the try and match error so that for error run them to connect. So right here, so I'm just gonna also allow the error as well. So I'll be able to connect. So this is error property. So show me the error where is coming. So right here. Okay, so I'm going to be leaving this connected in the index. So right here, I'm going to use the index. So right here, I'm going to wait. Wait, let me. Right here, so now, okay, so when I leave, right, then I'm going to call synchronize. So this is going to tell me the DB has been connected successfully. So let's synchronize. Go. Synchronize. I'm going to call it synchronize from synchronize chat. Call it synchronize from the synchronize from the so right here, I'm going to synchronize the sync. Okay, so then I then also database synchronize error as well right here. Okay, so I'm able to see. Okay, so right here. Now, so user model one. So right here is database. Okay, so represent the model as user okay, and into creation. Okay, so right here, so I'm going to be declaring functions that are related to the database. So right here is ID. So ID, and then I'm going to put it as creation options. Creation options, right? So right here, say right? I'm going to create field information with it. So I'm going to create first name, first name, it's going to be string. Some other informations, last name, I'm going to create that as well. Seems like okay. So first name, last name, username. Right here, username, where is my like first name, last name, username, and what else again? I'm gonna create first name, last name, username. I'm gonna add email, then I'm gonna add the password. So I have password and created an account. So this is really not important like really right here. But when I view the so I include the necessary information in the initial content, right? It's gonna come up, which is I'm talking about the created ads and the updated ads. So right here, I have the ID. So the ID inside the primary key, now second point, then type. It's data type. So data type the integer, right? Okay. So that's that. And then outside the other one. host name. So type data type dot string. Then I'm setting allow all to false. So allow all for this. This one. So last name. So set the type. String type string. Then allow all. So right there for the string, last name. Okay, so the username set type data type dot string. Then send type allow. So and this is your username. So actually unique. So I set true to key. Last okay, as long as password. Okay, so the email set type the types allow now. Then unique. So set that to true, right? So it's a set of password. So insert the password to I identifies that string as well. Then I am setting allow all false. Once again, that's all. Okay, so then right here, implementing synchronize. So in the synchronize vaulting, synchronize okay. So right there, I import the synchronize vaulting. Okay. Alright, so adding the timestamps. So timestamp is going to handle the created hearts and the updated hearts information. So and we're going to add the table name. So the knows what we put in the table. So we're going to say user, say users. So that's fine. So and then go ahead with this one to to now. So go ahead. Okay, so and we're going to just call this. So let's pause this. So I'm going to use it somewhere else. Right? So right here, the check our table has been created appropriately. So I'm just going to come up in here, relish, and check. Okay, and so and I have created a student account, so I'm going to do this to add to student account. So right here, what's that? Okay, I'm checking the password now. So like I said earlier, to connect to the database might be a little bit tricky in the sense that right here, right here, this is going to and have the database synchronized properly. So well, we are able to connect to the database now because I figured something is not quite right in the sense that yeah, we have flags running for 9,000 as it should be. So right here, we're going to be connecting to the database through this one so I can be able to make appropriate changes. So right here, we have some tweaking. So right here in security, we're going to be changing this Windows authentication mode to SQL Server and Windows authentication mode. So this is going to enable us to connect with SQL Server and as well as Windows authentication mode simultaneously. It's two. So it's not that restricted to Windows authentication mode and with SQL Server and authentication mode. So right here I'm going to be enabling this for connection and click on that. So you have to restart in order to take effect. So I'm going to restart the server now, start necessary. So that is going to restart desktop server, the MSQL server, and some other servers that are connected and dependent to the MSQL. So in order for the changes to take effect. Alright, so that's that. So now I think we should probably some some user property. So right here, we're going to be checking. So the user table is created appropriately, and then to it. So check. Okay, so here, so here, so check. Well, we're So I'm going to be doing that again to try and catch error to make it synchronously. So right here, I'm going to implement the function right here. So, okay, we're implementing the function right there. So now we should have our database connected successfully. Oh, perfect. So add flight listing of 9,000 connections connected to MSQL database successfully. Database synchronized successfully. So now to confirm this, we need to check the database so that we can confirm if the table has been created as specified there. And so right here, let's use my yes. So okay, one another okay, so checking the synchronize and see. So checking the configuration file. Just so I know if is checking the true. Okay, so check again. Okay, maybe the evening modes have been omitted. See, so I'm checking the operating server. Operating server and dialect. I'll send it back to false. Okay, so and 19 true students and student as a database, student as a user, student as a database, the server, um, okay, so server, okay, ranking, checking, so as expected. Okay, so I'm checking the user again. If everything is working fine. We're here in user, so the table name users, so database processes. If I change password, that's when I should cross check if our connection is still successful and try to run an error. Okay. Oh, really, let me check. Let's reconnect again now. Yes, yes. So let me check the database. Okay, so we need to synchronize the database now accordingly. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna import the user model so I can be able to synchronize it appropriately. So let's import the user model from the model. All right, so right here, uh, models. Okay, so models and the user. All right, so slash users. Okay, so now let's. I'm going to change this equalize to the user. So I'm going to change that to the user. So I'm going to say user model synchronized successfully. Okay, so let me just see that I can have a user model synchronized successfully. Okay, so right there. So now let's check the Microsoft SQL Server Studio to see if our user table has been created appropriately or not. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna refresh this. Okay, so right here, refresh that, and on the students database tables. Okay, right here. So we can do a simple query to see if the user table works appropriately. All right, so use student, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do select from users. So right here is it. Oh, perfect. So now we see we have the ID, the first name, the last name, the username, the email, and the password separated. So now let's input data into the database. So we're gonna do insert into student. Okay, insert into users, right? So the names I need to input into the users is I need the first name and the last name and then the username and then including the ID as well. So the ID, so first name, last name, username, the email, okay, and the password. All right, I'm gonna set the values. So the values goes like this, and the first one is one, okay, and then I'm gonna include the name, let's say student or let's say user, all right. So and the last name, let's say user one. Okay, let's say user one. Okay, so all right, so So user one, then what else? Then username. Okay, so I'm gonna say user one name. All right. Then email. Okay, so and the password, I'm just gonna set password. Okay, so check this out. Okay, so I'm encountering that error due to the fact that I'm using double quotes instead of a single quote. So I'm gonna change that to single quote. So right here, I'm gonna work with this right here. So I'm gonna change that double quote to single quote. All right. So check it out again. Okay. Not inside the specific value for identity from the table users when identity is set to have. So okay, I can. So let's give it a try again. Okay, so what else do I need to insert ID? Okay, I need check index out. Alright, so give it a try again. Okay, so insert log into the table. Right here, the user model. I think there's a sometimes checkout. Okay, for the timestamps and all of that. So I'm gonna have to declare it right here. So I'm gonna declare it and within optional. So I'm gonna declare created R. So I'm gonna declare created R and I'm gonna do creation optional, create optional, then I'm gonna use the date attribute, right? I'm gonna use date attribute right there, close it up. So the short date. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same for the other one, which is gonna be updated art. So I'm gonna do the same creation optional. So I'm gonna insert the date as well, like this. Okay, so I don't expect this to actually. Okay, I'm just gonna include it in there. So I'm gonna say return arts. Just gonna add the type of date, data types, the date, right? And it's optional. So if I did not specify the other information, it's not gonna throw error. So data types that date as well. Okay, so that's that. So it's gonna optionally create for me instead of having to input the data there automatically. It's just gonna work by itself. So we don't have any error in the database on the sample side. Okay, so I'm just gonna refresh these, right? I'm gonna start this again. See, okay, so it's not with the column do not allow it's on fields updated answer. Okay, so take this out and you know. All right, so I'm gonna close this up. Okay. So in the configuration file, I'm just gonna specify this to be false. Let it be true. Okay, I'm gonna keep it true. I'm gonna keep it true and just have to initialize the database to run itself. To this how to run itself so I can be able to get appropriate message. Okay, oh wait a minute. You just have to take this off. Take this off. So that will make me know if it has been recreated. So right here, taking that off. Okay, so now I can rerun this. Okay, so now I have the database, I have the table created. So right here, I'm gonna put this back and execute. Perfect. So see, now the table has been created. So what we need to do now is uh, check the input data, the data we have just inputted into the database from users. So I can get this out. Okay, so I'm gonna just take this out. All right. So and now let's check this out again. Okay, you see now we have the data, appropriate data in there. It says null, null, and they accept null. But if I specify allow null to false, it's going to automatically create information there for me. And secondly, before we can save information in the database, we have to ensure we hash the password. We have to ensure we hash the password. So in our next class, I'm going to walk around on how to hash password, and how to do history check for email and ensure that email is not a duplicate value. In order to restrict duplicate email and ensure that even in the password, it does not contain or includes any of the first name, last name, or username. So password has to be something unique, something strong. So you have to ensure the password cannot be easily guessed and it has to be something unique and strong. Alright, so thank you for watching. Thank you for watching and catch up with you next time in our next class. Thank you for watching. See you later.